Welcome back. If you like what I do here, if you like the shorts, or if you want to check out any of my compositions, they're available on the channel. We're going to talk a little bit about voice leading today. Voice leading would be moving chords around in a way where you're just keeping very small movements between the lines, between each voice. Comes from writing for a choir, where with the human voice it's difficult to sing. So big leaps. You want your internal voices and your upper and lower voices to kind of stay moving in a straight line as best you can, and avoid big leaps. So I was going to use the tune "All of Me" to just show some simple vanilla voice leading, not super technical stuff, no like crazy substitutions or anything, but just how you can start to move your voice leading around. One of the things you'd want to learn maybe before this would be, you'd probably want to know a C chord, and also where else you can play a C chord, right? And what a C chord triad is. So there's your three notes, there's the next inversion, there's the next inversion, right? So, and you'd want to also know like a pattern like this where you can do three note chords, right? So you have C, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished with a D on the bottom, but potato potato. And there's your back to your C. So your 1, 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord, a 7 chord, essentially a dominant, and then back to your 1. So a fun way to move through the tune "All of Me" would be start with your C chord. And like I said, these are just vanilla, basic voicings, nothing super complicated. The next, and I'm going to do some bigger voicings here. Because just for the sake of example, I mean, generally, even just 3 notes, you could take 3 notes of some of these voicings and move them around. But especially if you're comping for a soloist. So first one would be your C, and there's your C chord, right? We know that's derived from the bar chord. You have an E. E7 is the next chord, so we can move to an E7 just by the B, D, G sharp, E. And this is kind of a rootless voicing. You don't have a root in this voicing here for this dominant chord. Next chord's A7. Now you have the root on top. Next voicing be D minor. Could do a D minor 7. Again, a rootless voicing. I can put the root there, but then a lot of times in jazz, we're not doing 5 note chords. It's usually 4, 3, sometimes 5 if you're playing solo lines and stuff. But so you could do that. And for this example, I'm going to keep it simple and just C, E, A, D minor. I should say A7, D minor. And then here's kind of a fun part. And then from this D minor to an E7, and you could even just do those 3 notes. E7 and then A minor 7, and then your D7. I could kind of shift between those two if I wanted. D minor, G7, and then back to C. And that's a way you could resolve it. So your upper line, and that's what I mean by voice line leading. You're kind of keeping this parallel motion between the lines, between the continuity. And for the second half of the tune, so since we were there, we could maybe start here. Excuse me. So your C chord, and there's your E7. Same A7 as before, and we could go to a D minor. And then here's kind of the fun part, the F and F6 basically looks like a D minor 7. And then F minor 6, E minor 7, and to an A7, D minor 7, G7, and then back to C. Woo! Pardon me. But anyways, I kind of wanted to go over this. Like I said, basic. You just want to avoid big leaps, essentially. So you can keep things pretty stagnant. Like, I could even experiment and just try to stay in one position if you wanted to. Again, that would cause you, you'd want to learn your triads all over the guitar, right? Like I mentioned, there's your C. I mean, shoot, I could keep going. I mean, there's so many different ways, as we all know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, gosh, there's so many ways to play the same set of notes all over the guitar. They have different timbre, yes, but guitar can get confusing in that regard if you're just starting out. So, but you can give yourself, try to just stay in one position. So it'd be like C, E7, A7, D minor, E7, right? And then if you wanted to do a suspension, add a 9. And there's your A minor 7, and then there's your D dominant, and then do that as our D minor 7, and then if we want to get technical. Oops. I didn't resolve it down. So, and I didn't stay in one position. I started moving. So if I was to really stay in one position, this would be C, E, A, D minor, E, A minor, suspension, D minor, I'm sorry, G7, and then I could do my G7 here. But you get the idea. I think that's plenty enough. So have some fun with these voicings. And I'll have another tune to go over here at some point. I think the next tune I'm going to do will be All the Things You Are. So, as the YouTubers say, like, subscribe. Helps big time in the algorithm. Try to watch the whole video. I'm probably going to do a video on classical guitar and snobbiness in classical guitar because I think it's a fun topic. You know, I'm a fan of the Mr. Sorehands channel, and he had like not many more subscribers than me when I first discovered his channel, and he blew up to like, I don't know, 50K now. It's like, I should just start talking about things. So maybe I'll do some of that. You know, get opinionated, be real. That's what we want. In this age of AI, be authentic. Be a person. Be you. Be the ridiculous person that you are. Be ridiculous. Life's already ridiculous. It's insane. It makes no sense. So who cares? Who cares what people think? Just do you and enjoy life. So that's what I got. Take care. See you next time.